San Antonio. I'm about to check out my first Valhalla wrestling match. They're expecting about 100, 150 people. They say many of which could be vets. I'm excited to see the show. It makes me think back to some of the improv shows I did to begin with. You do it because you want the stage time. They do it because they're getting over PTSD. Equally valid. Gentlemen, what am I expecting tonight?
So tonight I'm being a heel, see how many people I can offend and see if I can get people to throw stuff at me.
The show is physically impressive, and at times it deals with serious subject matter. Like when a character named Pizza Man throws pizza dough into his opponent's face, which we all know really hurts. Because pro wrestling is all about basic storytelling. A good guy or the face versus a bad guy, AKA the heel. Today, Eddie is playing the heel. He gets the job done by humiliating veterans in front of the crowd, and everyone boos.
Where are all the veterans at? Air Force, sit down, you don't count.
Now it's the good guy's turn to work the crowd. He does things like chant USA, and everyone cheers. You're going to be surprised. The winner was the good guy chanting USA who's going down on a veteran. Welcome home, boys.
I've talked to veterans that come to the shows. They're like, man, I get aggressive by yelling at y'all, by screaming at y'all. I just get it out.
Wrestling's like a comfort zone.
Is wrestling your pill?
Oh yeah, wrestling, that's my medicine right there. The PTSD will go away as long as I'm watching wrestling. Maybe one day I can get in there.
Yeah. What would be your character name?
I don't know, handsome stranger, something like that.
Handsome stranger. Oh, there's a little bit of mystery there.
Yeah.
It's sexy, but there's a little bit of danger. The desire for community also stems from vets feeling isolated at home. Jan experienced that firsthand when he came back from Iraq in 2006. It took him several years to reconnect with his daughter, Aislinn. Tragically, the same can't be said about his cooking skills. Is this how you cook bacon in Texas? You kill it twice? Who was on bacon duty?
She was.
What was it like coming home?
It was very difficult, and I was very standoffish and had anger issues and stuff like that. And I was just overwhelmed, and I wasn't processing stuff as I should.
My dad, he just looked really out of it, and he just seemed kind of spaced and everything, and he looked like devastated.
What don't civilians get about the transition that vets have coming from overseas, coming back home?
There isn't like a single right answer. So I can try to tell somebody what it was like to have a car bomb go off not too far from you. If you haven't been through a similar thing, it's really hard to fully grasp like why that changes somebody on a permanent level. I have a few photographs. I took a lot when I was out there just because I'd never wanted to forget. This is like one of Saddam's palaces.
Oh, wow.
And that was kind of a surreal experience. And then this one was a car bomb. Some days you sit there and you're like, how am I still alive? So I look at this often to look at myself and be like, okay, now I gotta take this Valhalla Club to the next level. I gotta try to help somebody else.
Wrestling is just one form of alternative therapy these guys are using for PTSD. Eddie craves adrenaline. He's a 7-time jiu-jitsu world champ and recently started doing stand-up because there's nothing like telling grisly war stories to drunk tourists looking at their phones.
I'm a little bit nervous, but nervous and excited. I'm used to getting up there in my underwears and beating the shit out of somebody. It's a lot different than going up there and saying, hey guys, look at me, I'm funny.
The funny thing with stand-up is it's based on expectations
Right.
and subverting those expectations. He's a meathead who went off to war, right?
Right.
But I got to spend a little bit of time with you. You are a remarkably likable guy. Like the ability to see who you are and project that in a way that they can digest, like that's an exciting thing.
To joke with them about me.
Yeah.
Because if I feel like if I can be self-deprecating, that can get the point across that I'm okay.
Hey guys, we gotta wrap up.
Okay.
We gotta wrap this thing up. All right, Eddie,
Okay.
break a leg, man.
Thank you. Okay, I know like right off the bat, half of you are wondering like, oh man, we're gonna hear some fucking stupid army jokes. When I tell an army joke, it's usually about how I got blown up and shit myself. So that deployment was not as much fun for me as it was for some of the other people. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much for hearing me fail. Have a good night.
Eddie Willard, everybody!
So I'm coming down here to do a piece with you guys.
Right.
And we're a show, we're on Comedy Central, so
Right.
we have to find some humor in this. It is hard trying to find humor in stories about PTSD. How do you deal with something like that?
You put it in the fuck it box and you deal with it when you can. That's it. For me, my PTSD came mostly from survivor guilt. All my friends died where I couldn't save them. I was a combat medic, and my job was to save people and make sure that my friends came home in one piece.
Your job isn't to save everybody.
Your job is to save the people you care about, right?
Your job is to save the people you can save.
Rationally, that makes sense. However, PTSD is no respecter of rationality or whatever. Think about all the bad shit that happened to you in your life as jumping into a 20-foot pool when you can't swim, sinking all the way to the bottom and standing there, counting to 25 and swimming back to the top. Because why? If you calm down and you relax, you will get back to the top and you will continue on what you have to do.
Where are you in that pool? Are you swimming up?
I'm trying. Right now, I'm wondering where the fucking other Jack and Coke is at.
Well, that's something we can fix.
Here's the brothers, you and me. Here's the brothers we'll never see. Here's the brothers they'll never be. Here's the brothers. Oh, this just gives you the warm fuzzies all the way down, doesn't it?
I like the Valhalla guys. They aren't afraid to wear their emotions on their sleeves. They're remarkably open about their everyday struggles. Also, their anecdote game is strong. Sniper tried to take your dick off.
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
Yikes. In the ring, they fight each other, but in the battle against PTSD, they need to body slam the impediments that get in the way of them coping day to day. They need the ultimate bad guy, and I knew just where to find him.